Hello and welcome to Cousins Gymnasium for this red line derby between the Tufts University Jumbos and the MIT Engineers here on JumboCast. I'm Lucas Pyle, joined alongside me Daniel Mahoney. Tufts coming into this game 4-0, MIT 3-2. Daniel, what are you looking forward to this game? What's a key matchup that you believe will decide the outcome of this fixture?
Yeah, so I'm looking into two of the top scorers on each team. For Tufts, it's been Brennan Morris, who last season was a breakout star with shooting really well from three. This season he's already had 77 points, shooting 55% from three. And on the other end for the Engineers, Alex Cho has been their leading scorer, 92 points, and is just a sophomore. He's been doing quite well, and that's a good matchup that I'm looking forward to tonight.
As the lineups being announced, these two sides played against each other last year as well. MIT coming out on top in that one.
That's right, yeah. MIT has won the last two meetings. Last season they won 98-92 and had the better finish to the season as well since they made the NCAA tournament. The Engineers have in fact made the tournament for the past 3 years, while Tufts has not made it since 2016-2017. But a number of seniors graduated from the MIT team last year, including 3 all-NUMAC players who graduated. So it's a new look for the Engineers team, and we'll see how they look against Tufts tonight.
Well, the lineup's just being announced for the Jumbos. Aronson, Cohen, Morris, Rogers, Savage, the 5 to start for the home team, playing in all white and in all black with a little bit of red. MIT. Looking at their lineup, Cho out there along with Grant Miller, Christian Williams, I believe Ian Hinckley as well, and the final one, Dan Pillsbury. So one change from their team from last time out.
Yeah, it looks like Hinckley, he's only started 2 games so far of the 5 they've played this season, but he's done well in those 2 games, scoring 25 points a game, so that's pretty impressive.
Here we go, the opening 20 minutes about to get underway here at Cousins Gymnasium. The tip between Rogers and Miller. And it will go the way of the Engineers. Cho with it now. Just taking his time. His first possession. Always want to get off to a good start. Hinckley. Williams. Cho. Tufts defending well at the moment. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. The drive. Hinckley's going to have to put one up. Free look. Just in and out as Rogers corrals the rebound. Cohen pushing. Takes it to Morris. Savage. But good opening defense there from Tufts. Going to Savage. Rogers wants it down low. Savage on the drive with the left hand. Going with the right instead. Rebounded by Rogers. Puts it back. Can't put it in. And rebounded by Hinckley.
Good attack there. And, of course, Rogers is the big presence on the defensive rebounding and got a rebound on both sides of the court already.
Cho, nice pass. And it will go in the way of the Engineers. Last touch, I believe, by Luke Rogers. I believe it was a little discussion here about potential
shot clock, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe resetting it to 14.
Quick discussion between the officials and staff at the sideline. A little unsure what's happening here, but I do believe it will be Engineers basketball.
Yeah, they put a few seconds back on, so still early in the game, not lots of time.
Matter to Williams, Hinckley, Cho. Back to Hinckley. He's the leading scorer for the Engineers. He's looking for Williams, finds him under pressure, then kicks it out. 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. They're going to have to put one up, and they don't in time. Or did they? It looked as if the ball was still in his hand. Doesn't matter. Tufts get the ball. Brendan Morris. Rogers wants it, and he gets it. Nice spin move. Can't get her to go, and the ball goes back to the Engineers. So at the moment, still no score here
That's the second real good look Rogers has had, but hasn't been able to put it away yet.
And here's Cho to Williams. Still Williams. Get defending by Savage. Again, they're going down really late in the shot clock. Cho, 4 on the clock. They're gonna have to put one up. Hinckley for 3. Desperation attempt. Rebounded by Tufts. They have been defending superbly. Can they capitalize on it? Cohen kicks it out. Savage. It'll be a long 2. And a foul called, and it will stay with the Jumbos. But once again, the Jumbos doing superbly on the defensive end of things.
Yeah, every single shot that the Engineers have put up has been with the last few seconds on the shot clock. And that kind of pressure makes it difficult, so great job on the Jumbos' end.
Cohen looking for an option. And a foul was called, so 2 quick fouls in quick succession for the Engineers. This one was called on Williams. Going to inbound again. Morris coming across the screen. Morris wants it for 3. That's good! Trace Puntos. Brandon Morris opens the scoring area in Cousins Gymnasium.
Yeah, that's his shot. He's taken a number of so many threes already this season. In fact, he's only taken 9 shots that weren't threes so far.
Wow. And there's the travel from Cohen. So Engineers struggling early on with their offense. And the referees want to add a couple seconds back onto the game clock. So again, a few early technical difficulties with the clock. The referees just want to making sure that they have everything on point. And
yeah,
now
first day on the job for the shot clock operator.
Up to 17-25. But here comes Carson Cohen bringing the ball up, the sophomore. Rogers wants it down low. Double teamed. Rogers puts one up. It was a tough shot. Would have been really interesting if he had made that Pillsbury with the rebound. Here's Williams. Down low here to Miller. Miller, nice move! And it's 3-2. Tufts looking to quickly move it up the court, though. Morris. Here's Cohen. Trying to find a pass. The ball was out, and it'll stay with the Jumbos down low as Oppenheim coming into the game for Luke Rogers. Oppenheim, a junior from Potomac, Maryland, also one of the captains on the team. Cohen finds Savage, quick jumper, that's good. From the senior captain, Eric Savage, who's been such a staple for this Jumbos team throughout his tenure here at Tufts University. They wanted to travel there, didn't get it. Cho puts up the jumper, that's good. He also wanted an and one there, nothing given. Tufts pushing it up. Aronson, he goes for a quick jumper. That's good, quick response. And the game's suddenly coming to life here, 7-4 for the Jumbos.
Aronson really likes those quick moves, fast break points, right on the transition.
You can see the idea there from Alex Cho. Had an open Williams on the left-hand side, but just overthrew it. And another turnover for the Engineers. Second turnover for Cho himself after the earlier travel. So here comes Carson Cohen bringing it up the court. Cohen, he wants the 3. Just short. Williams, good rebound. Williams to drive it forward. Nice pass to Miller. Simple basket for the big man, and it's 7-6.
Yeah, and you've seen the Engineers' offense really pick it up now. They've had a few good possessions. Instead of being patient, they've really worked to get some points early in the shot clock.
Cohen got his man jumping. Shot couldn't do it, but the foul called on the Engineers, and it's another one on Williams. Sorry, on Grant Miller, but that's his second, so he'll have to be careful. 2 early fouls for Miller.
Yep.
Not sure Aronson even knew it was a foul. Morris wants it, doesn't get it. Savage, another quick jumper, and that's good. Eric Savage with 4 quick points for the Jumbos, 9-6. Lead to Williams. Williams blows away. Bit of a poor attempt there from him. Savage pushing. Here's Cohen to slow things down and start over. And a foul called by Oppenheim, pushing off on Miller there. As Tufts bringing on 2 new players, Cohen and Aronson coming off. Will Brady coming into the game, and Dylan Thorner as well.
Yeah, Thorner has done really well. He's a freshman on this Jumbo's team, and he's really done well. 22 points and hasn't had any starts yet, but you definitely think of him as the future of the Jumbo's team.
Miller going with a move. Grant Miller going to the line. He's had a good start to the game. Grant Miller with 4 points.
Fouls coming for 24. It sounds Max Oppenheim, his second, team second. Grant Miller at the line for MIT.
So it's the first trip to the line for either side. Misses the first.
Yeah, Miller's, after that miss, is now just 1 for 8 on the season from the free throw line.
Yeah, big men never usually are that good from the charity stripe, but
think about a Hack'em Miller strategy.
and that one, nearly an air ball. As here comes the freshman Thorner bringing it up the court. Morris won it, and that's a double dribble. He believes that it was tipped by Miller, but no, says the referees, and that's an early turnover on his possession. The sub, Hinckley, Pillsbury, Cho. Hinckley setting his screen. Morris switches to the man as here's Williams on the drive, kicks out to Hinckley. Gets away from him. Brady, nice defense from Luke Rogers, who's back in the game. And Tufts get the ball again.
Just a huge presence from him.
Savage on the drive, puts one up, puts it in. Great play from Eric Savage.
Gives him 6 points, only about 6 minutes into the game.
Cho trying a 3, that's good from Cho. Game back to 2 points.
So that's his 19th 3 on the season. He's done quite well from beyond the arc.
Savage, the jumper, extending the range, can't get it to go. Hinckley with the rebound. As Williams to bring it up the court again for the Engineers. Nice move, kicks it out. That's Hinckley. Williams, a little shot shy. Hinckley trying a 3, that's good. And the Engineers take their first lead of the game at 12 to 11. 2 quick 3s from them.
Hinckley gets his first points of the game. Nice shot right in the face of Brendan Morris.
Rogers, good finish down low from Luke Rogers. I believe that's his first points of the game after missing a couple shots early on.
Yeah, really need to get him working. He's done well on the defensive end.
Williams. Both teams about to make a substitution. Williams again with the ball. 2 Syrian set for him. Tries to dump one in towards Miller. It will get to him in the end. Miller, nice move. Big block by Luke Rogers.
Stepped out of bounds.
Just wasn't able to keep it in, but another solid play by Luke Rogers.
Yep, that's his 6th block on the season. And I think about 50 in the career. I was looking up his career stats earlier. Very impressive.
Well, Luke Rogers is averaging 1.3 blocks a game this season. Also 13.5 rebounds, so he is not just a great player on the offensive side of things, but also on the defensive side. As both teams have made substitutions. Tufts bringing in Casey McLaren, a first year from Massachusetts. And it looks as if also MIT has brought in Giannis Chatsaveroglu, 6'6" player from Athens, Greece. So they technically have a Greek freak on their own team as well.
That's right. More discussion of the scorers table now. It seems to be a popular spot for the refs.
Yeah. Don't normally see that, but so far, 12:45 left to play here in the first half, 13-12 to the Jumbos. Daniel, what are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, well, the Jumbo's defense started off really well, but the shooting from the Engineers with a couple big 3s from Cho and Hinckley have kept them close, and just a 1-point deficit here on the early goings.
Certainly has been a close game throughout. It's playing into Pillsbury. They only have 6 on the shot clock. Hinckley, Chetseveroglu, his first shot, and he makes it. Nice play from Giannis. As Thorner brings it up the court. And the foul called on Cho.
Fouls called on MIT's number 3, Alex Cho.
It's his first. They're already up to 4. Not to mention as well, Engineers have also brought on Matas Massis, first year from Illinois. Bit off, but shot clock, of course, won't restart. Thorner on the drive, tries to dump it in, and he's called for the charge. Good defense from Cho.
Fouls called on number 0, Tufts.
Yep, Cho's done well early. Great defensive play there, get the charge call. He's also 2 for 2 from the field, and so he's done well on the offensive end. Engineers leading scorer on the season.
Had a big night a couple games ago against Eastern Nazarene with a career-high 33, and that was crucial for that team, for the MIT Engineers. He scored half of their points in that game. Here's Pillsbury. Hinckley. Nice drive. But in the end, Rogers did just enough to put him off. Savage on the drive. Kicks it out to McLaren. He puts one up. No good. Rebounded by Dan Pillsbury. Cho to bring it up. Brady the defender, gets a screen from Chetseveroglu, kicks it out to the wing, back up top to Hinckley for 3. Short, Savage the rebound, kicks it to McLaren. He's gonna put one up, and won't go. Rogers puts one back up, and he was fouled in doing so, and will go to the line.
Good follow-up there from Rogers. Great play from McLaren. He was up ahead early, and a good pass from Savage to get on the ball, and then Rogers there to follow it up and gets to the line.
I believe this is Tufts' first player to go to the line. Rogers just short on that one, couldn't get it to roll.
Yep, he's shooting 65% from the free throw line, so it's all right, but missed the first one here.
This to tie the game as Aronson has come back in for the Jumbos. That one, so that's 2 free throw misses for Luke Rogers. Cho to bring it up the court. Their biggest lead has been only 1 point, the Engineers. Can they extend that? Another clean block from Luke Rogers. Making up for those missed free throws. As Morris back in for the Jumbos. Chetseveroglu. Cho. And a foul called on the Engineers. Another turnover.
Yeah, that's their 4th turnover of the game. So it speaks really, I think, to the Jumbos defense. Really shutting them down.
Aronson. Morris. Brady on the drive, and he gets it to go. That was a difficult lay-in, but he got it. Tufts back on top. There's Cho. Chetseveroglu falls to the ground. No foul given. Cho dumps it to Chetseveroglu, and he couldn't put it in. That was a bad miss. Aronson pushing. Nice move from him. Just short. Rebounded by Pillsbury, and Cho to bring it back up for the Engineers. Cho gets away from McLaren and lays it in. Alex Cho is having a strong evening thus far. McLaren, he'll take the open 3. It's short. Cho now with the ball. Massey's pushed off, and another offensive foul for the Engineers.
Fouls call number 4 of
As Chetsaveroglu comes off for the Engineers, back in is Grant Miller. And a new player on for the Jumbos, Chris Bortz. Another first year, this one from Alamo, California, is into the game.
Yeah, Bort's making his third appearance of the game. Hasn't had too much on the stats sheet so far, but he's looking to change that now.
Nice play from Tyler Aronson. Tufts back on top, 17-16. Trading baskets at the moment. Cho kicks it out. Nice pass to Hinckley. Just couldn't get the shot. Cho extending the range. And that is well off. As Tufts making change, Carson Cohen coming back into the game. He's in for Will Brady. And it looks as if Cohen will take over the duties of bringing the ball up the court. Cohen guarded by Pillsbury. Aronson took a step before dribbling, and that's a travel. So a lot of turnovers for both teams on the offensive side of things.
Yep, that's a combined 7, I think, a few for each team. So it's been a defensive battle.
Tight defense from Cohen, but he's called for the foul. Just showing that aggressive nature of this Jumbo's defense, but in the end, just a bit too much for the referee's liking. Pillsbury to Williams. Down low to Miller. Williams wants it, defended by Morris, who has the height advantage, has to kick out to Hinckley. 10 on the shot clock, gets away, it was a clean screen, but then well contested by Chris Bortz, the big man down low. And they only have 7 seconds again on the shot clock. So once again, another offensive possession, which is going late in the shot clock. 5 to shoot. Hinckley puts one up, and that's good. Nice jumper from him. And the Engineers back on top.
Gives Hinckley 5 points so far in the day, as well as 4 rebounds.
Savage back in the game. Looking to provide some offense. Nice move, goes with the right hand. It's always difficult when you're going to the left-hand side, but tries to reverse it with the right. Maybe should have gone with the left. Engineers still looking for a lead bigger than 1. Given away by Williams. Morris to push forward. Morris puts one up, and it wasn't the best of looks.
Yeah,
And
triple
Engineers
teams
take it.
pretty much. Pushed a bit too hard.
Williams, a little shot shy, but he kicks out to the open Hinckley. Can't get it to go. So the game stays at a 1-possession game. McLaren, another drive. He puts one up. A bit long. Williams with it again. Williams, a little crossover. He'll go up for that one. Called for the foul is Chris Bortz, and Williams will go to the line for free throws. As the
Good.
the referee having a little discussion there, but
Yeah, the second trip to the line now for the Engineers. Williams is shooting 50%. He's only had 4 free throw attempts so far this season, so 2 for 4. Neither team has made a free throw yet, even though each team has had a chance.
and yet to make one there.
0 for 5 combined. Just a very low-scoring game. More than halfway through the first half. Still under 20 points for both sides.
And last year's game was 98-92, so it'll take something special to get to the offensive heights that we saw in last year's game. And still yet to make a free throw, both teams, as Kona pushed forward. Luke Rogers wanting it. Inside kicks it to Savage. Now here to Thorner. Savage quickly to his left hand. Again to the right. And it's called for a block. Referee pretty adamant about that one, and Savage will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, he made sure to explain himself. He was going up. He was in there.
Foul's called number 4 MIT.
I think the block was because he was standing inside the arc, so. Another trip to the line. First chance, maybe.
Yeah.
You never know.
And I think it's also surprising, this is only the 4th trip of any team as the free throw
There we
is
go.
made.
Savage has only missed 1 free throw so far this season. He's now 15 for 16 and is currently Tufts' leading scorer with 7.
Looking to give the Jumbos the lead again. And he does. It's 19-18 in favor of the home team, as Cho back in the game for the Engineers, bringing it up the court, looking to get their offense back and going. Miller started the game well. It's gone a little bit cold. Back with Cho again. New play set up, gets the screen. Looks to return it. Miller, one-on-one with Rogers down low. Almost shot, can't get her to go, and Thorner pushes it forward. Cohen. Thorner, nice pass into Rogers. Strong finish, put too much on it. Would have been a really nice play from the Jumbos, but couldn't get her to go. And a shot that he really should make as Cho speeds away from Cohen, couldn't get her to go, and it goes in favor of the Jumbos.
2 good chances, 1 on either end. That's the 3rd layup now missed from Luke Rogers. He has 2 points, but he's just 1 for 5 from the field now.
I think certainly surprising for Luke Rogers because he's normally much more efficient in and around the basket. Of course, scores a lot of points for this Jumbos offense. Morris, it'll be a 2. Can't get her to go. Brennan Morris hasn't had many looks this evening. Scored the first basket of the game. Since then, not sure he's scored. Hinckley, nice move to get to the right hand. Puts up the shot. Long again. Oh, but a turnover. No, ball still being. Surprised there was no kick ball called. Back again to Hinckley, the Euro step. And the foul called on Thorner. And I think Coach Bob Shell will be a bit unhappy about how sloppy Tufts were bringing the ball up the court there.
Yeah. Well, I think it could have been a kickball called on both teams.
Yeah.
First on Brennan Morris after he got the rebound, and then from the Engineers, I think it was Hinckley, but in the end, he will go to the line.
Can't get her to go, so another missed free throw for the Engineers. And, with the game so close at this moment, those could come back to haunt MIT.
Yeah, you really hate to see it with such a close game. That's 5 now missed chances as he puts in the second one. So
at last, a made free throw for the Engineers as it's 19-19 with a little less than 6 minutes to go. Cohn on the drive. Stopped. Morris. Open is Savage. Short from Eric Savage. Unlike him. Williams called for the travel. Good defense from Cohen. Just putting himself in the way. And Tufts get the ball back.
Yeah, good pressure there. Williams wasn't ready for him. He was going for essentially the full court pressure and forced the travel.
And I believe that's the first timeout of the evening called, a 30-second one for the Jumbos. Daniel, 19-19 so far. Who do you think's been sort of on top in this game? Even though it is a tied ball game, who do you think which coach will be a bit more happy about their side's performance?
Well, I mean, there have been certainly a lot of things that the coaches will want to be cleaning up. I mean, some missed free throws, which you would like back, some sloppy plays with maybe a kicked ball, some missed layups from Luke Rogers. But I think it will come down if they can keep feeding Rogers, he's going to make some of those shots, and we'll see if that can give the Jumbos the edge. Of course, Engineers making it very difficult. MIT just giving up 71 points a game so far this season, so that's pretty good, and they're only on pace for 60 points each. So
I think another thing to note as well, Tufts going a bit deeper into their bench than the Engineers. The Engineers have only used 7 players, while Tufts has gone to about 10. Owen needs to get it in, and in the end does get it to Luke Rogers. Owen races back to get it. Double team was Rogers. Cohen completely play. Cho bringing up the court, and then a foul, another offensive foul, this one on Miller. Well, now the referees have changed their call, and I believe it'll be on Luke Rogers. And the Engineers into the bonus.
Yeah, both teams in the bonus now, so more free throws for the rest of the half.
So here's the 1-and-1. Miller, very long, and the rebound corralled by Savage. Kicks it to Morris. Dribble, shot, makes it. Brennan Morris.
A long two.
I believe, yep. Yeah, they gave them an extra point there.
Yeah.
21-19.
Toe just on the line, but still a nice shot from him.
Good strength shown by Pillsbury, and he gets it to go. Rogers trying to swipe in for another block. Tie ball game at 21-21. Rogers to Savage. And Morris trying to get open. Savage looking to drive. Hard fall. He gets up. He'll go to the line. I believe it was a shooting foul.
Meanwhile, Coach Larry Anderson is not too happy with what Massey's was doing, but yeah, Savage will return to the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 from the line today.
Sorry, the officials saying that it wasn't a shooting foul. Foul before the shot, so it'll be a 1-and-1. Savage makes the first one, getting a little friendly roll.
Yeah, the quadruple bounce, all part of the plan.
That one a lot more smoother. Let's try to bring it up the court. 23-21 with a little less than 5 minutes to play here in the first half.
Yeah, and that puts Savage as the first player on either team to hit double digits, as he has 10 points now.
Cho, little crossover, kicks it out here. Chetzaveroglu extending the range. Rogers just didn't get a complete hold of it, but it will be Jumbo's basketball as Hinckley coming back into the game. In for Giannis Chetzaveroglu.
The announcer having some difficulty with his name as well, so.
Apologies if we're getting that one wrong. As here's Cohen to Aronson. Savage going through. In the end, it would have been a really difficult shot to make. Kicked ahead to Miller. Goes down hard. Cho puts up a three. Looking wide. It is wide. Good rebound from the small guard Aronson. Here to Morris. Pulls up for two. It's short. Again, Tufts looking to shoot early in their shot clock. Not working there. So here's Cho. Hinckley. Foul called.
Looks like it's on Morris. That'll be another 1-and-1 for the Engineers.
22, Tufts. Brennan Morris, a second teammate.
And then it'll be a second for the junior, number 22. As the number 24, Dan Pillsbury, going to the line for 1-and-1. And again, another miss, but an offensive rebound for three. No good. And Savage, another rebound for him. Pass ahead to Morris, a little long, but he's able to get a hold of it. Back out to Eric Savage. Savage taking his time. Here's Rogers, Aronson. And that one, a travel. Just took one too many steps there. Again, another offensive turnover. We've seen a couple travels. We've seen a double dribble, offensive foul. So that has certainly hindered both teams' offensive efforts.
Yep. Really a defensive struggle here.
Hinckley, pressure by Aronson. Another attempted three, and that's good from Matas Massey's. And the Engineers back on top, 24-23. As Cohen going the left hand, strong, switches it back to the right, was fouled as he put it up, and will go to the free throw line.
Fouls called number 5, MIT. That's Ian Hinckley. That's his first, team 10.
So now they're in the double bonus. Cohen there showing good explosive energy with the left-hand dribble, then switching to the right hand.
Way short on that first free throw. He's shooting 57% so far from the line, but looking to just make 1 out of 2.
A little bit surprising as well for a guard to be shooting not as well from the free throw line, but also early season.
Yeah.
So stats could be different come January, February, as Cohen gets a second one to go, and it's a tied game again at 24-24. Matt Malone there on the coaching staff for Tufts, not too happy with something that his defense is doing. Cho. Hinckley for 3. No good. Offensive rebound and 1. And that is Pillsbury. And he'll have the chance for the 3-point play, the old-fashioned way.
His second team night. Dan Pillsbury on the line for 1 more.
Pillsbury headed to the line now. He, I believe he missed 1 earlier, so he'll. As a team there, let's see, I believe it's 1 for 8 from the line.
And that is the biggest lead of the game for the Engineers at 3 points. They're up 27-24. Just going with it. And then drive again. Another strong finish from Carson Cohen. Came back to 1. Hinckley. And another offensive foul. And I believe... No, it won't.
Yeah, Hinckley picks up his second foul. That's a number of players with 2 fouls on the Engineers side. That one called for the pick on Savage. Now Drum must have another chance to take the lead.
Here's Rogers. Brady. Savage. And the foul coming before the shot. So Savage will go to the line, shooting 2, of course, and the double bonus now.
Fouls called number 13 of MIT, Christian Williams, his second personal. Eric Savage on the line for Tufts.
Savage makes the first one. And he makes the second one as well. So Tufts back on top. Cho. Miller looking to set the screen. Cho trapped a little bit. Williams kicks it out. Pillsbury. It's away from McLaren. And gets the ball again. Is that not a travel? Maybe there was a tip. Cho puts one up. Rattles it in. Engineers back up by 1.
Yeah, a bit of a frenzy down low, but good recovery from the Engineers, and Cho finishes it off.
Aronson, 2 screens set by Rogers. Here's Brady. Brady. Aronson pulls up for 3. And I don't think that's the shot you really wanted in that possession.
Yep. He was setting a... There's a good setup for him. Lots of picks and gets the ball at the top of the key, but way off on the shot, so couldn't finish off the play.
Well, MIT, interesting, calling a full timeout with a little less than 90 seconds to play. Engineers up by 1, 29-28 here in Cousins Gymnasium. This game, of course, coming right before Thanksgiving break.
That's right.
But MIT looking for a happy Thanksgiving here. They're up, of course, by 1. Daniel, with a little more than a minute to play, what do you think the coaches are telling their teams to do?
Well, MIT is going to have the ball now and have a chance to extend their lead just a bit. Neither team has had a big lead. I believe 3 or 4 points has been the maximum lead from either team. But, you know, a good finish to the half is really a momentum swinger for either team. You know, going to halftime with a lead with the momentum, really have a good chance to start it off well in the second half.
As the Tufts players back out there, getting ready for these final minute 24 in the first half.
Yeah, I'm looking at points off turnovers here as a big stat because there have been a lot of turnovers from either team. 5 for the Engineers and 7 for the Jumbos, but the Engineers have really managed to capitalize better, scoring 8 points off turnovers versus just 2 for Tufts.
Cho, and that's another turnover. Savage gets it. Bit of a wild pass from him. Savage was then fouled and will be sent to the line where he's been shooting pretty well.
That's the 3rd foul for Cho. You don't like to see that with just a minute left in the half.
And he's trying a quick lesson there by his coach, who's just trying to draw something on the whiteboard before the play returns as Savage to the line.
Meanwhile, Coach Bob Sheldon's having discussion with the ref on the other end.
Savage missing his first free throw of the evening. Second one good, though, and it's 29-29. Cho against Brady. It's a screen from Miller. Millsbury was thinking about a 3, instead goes for 2. Called, gets a shot there. Sheldon wanting Rogers just to have his hands up. And it's a second on Luke Rogers as Pillsbury going to the line. Friendly shooter roll there for the first one.
Yeah, Pillsbury's now 2 for 3 from the free throw line today, shooting 73% on the season.
Second one good as well, so the Engineers up by 2 with under a minute to play in the first half as Aronson bringing it up the court.
Look for save it to right over 30 seconds to get the last possession.
Brady going in with the right hand, and he gets it to go. 31-31. Good play from Will Brady.
And more shot clock issues, everyone's favorite. The clock kept running there. I'm not sure what the rules are. If like under a minute, you stop the clock on baskets, maybe under 2 minutes.
Not sure, but maybe there's a discussion of where the clock was and whether or not they need a shot clock. I believe they should.
Yeah, it should be about a 7-second differential now. They reset it to 30 because the shot clock did start before the inbounds pass. We'll see what the okay, so the clock just set to 33 seconds. Only a 3-second difference now.
A little confusing there, but play underway. Chetzavaraglu. Hinkley. Miller. Swings it to Pillsbury. Back in to Cho. Nice pass to Miller. Strong finish from the big man. He started the first half well, and has ended it well there with a good right-handed finish. Savage on the drive. Goes to the right hand, but a foul was called. MIT a bit baffled by that decision, and I have to say as well, didn't look like a foul.
Yeah, I didn't see much there, but it will be Pillsbury's second. And now 6 players on MIT have 2 fouls or more. Savage goes back to the line with 10 seconds left in the half.
I think one thing interesting to note there, Savage a little bit shy to go to his left hand for finishing. Everything seemed to be going back to the right. So I think that's something that maybe MIT could look out for in the second half as Savage puts up that free throw and makes it. So it's a tied game at 33-33. Last shot opportunity here. Cho will take it himself. Cho puts one up. Nice move. Can't get it to go. And the rebound. And that ends the first half. Tufts 33, MIT 33 here in this red line derby. Daniel, a good first half.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been a defensive battle, and they managed to hit the 30-point mark, both teams, but after all that, lots of miscues. We've had a lot of missed free throws, lots of fouls on both sides. But after all it comes down, it's still tie game headed into halftime. So we'll see who can take the lead early in the second half, maybe swing their momentum in their favor.
Well, that has it for the first 20 minutes here at Cousins Gymnasium. Tufts 33, MIT 33. We will be back shortly. Hello and welcome back here to Cousins Gymnasium. It is Tufts University Jumbos 33, the MIT Engineers 33 here on JumboCast. I'm Lucas Powell, joined alongside me, Daniel Mahoney, as the second half about to get underway with 3 minutes to go. Daniel, as this is the last game before Thanksgiving, I have a little bit of a Thanksgiving-themed halftime team show, so,
All right.
you know, what are the teams thankful for so far at this first half?
Yeah, well, I think on the MIT side, really just the whole season, Alex Cho has done really well. As we mentioned earlier, they've had a few graduating seniors, but Alex Cho, who last year scored a total of 72 points, has already in 5 games of the season surpassed his total.
Wow.
And he's done really well. He's the leading scorer today as well with 9 points. And for the Jumbos, it's got to be Eric Savage. He hit the 1,000 career points mark just a few days ago, just the 32nd player in Jumbo's history. Yeah.
Well, in terms of, you know, players for today's game, who do you think's going to deserve a little extra turkey on Thanksgiving dinner for their performance tonight?
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens in the second half, but I think throughout the season, certainly Luke Rogers deserves the stuffing. I mean, he's done lots of stuffing. He's had 2 blocks so far, I believe, on the day, and 5 on the season prior to tonight. Yeah, he's a very important role on both ends of the floor for the Jumbos.
And in terms of players who might need to improve in this second half, who do you think needs to maybe step up their game so that they're not left with the green beans for Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah, well, Grant Miller, who's had a tough matchup, he's been up against Luke Rogers much of the game. He's 0 for 3 from the field. He does have 6 points, but he'll have to step it up. He's a very important part of the down-low defense for the Engineers.
And final question, of course, who is going to be the happy team at the end of this 40-minute basketball game? Who is going to be the team eating pie after tonight's matchup?
Well, I'm going to make the bold prediction. Okay, not that bold. It's just a prediction. But I'm going to make a prediction that Jumbos will jump out to an early lead in the second half and will just pull away. You know, it's really just a momentum game. If the Engineers get a good start to this half, it could easily swing very far in their favor. But the Jumbos have done very well from 3 so far in the season. They're shooting 43.8% from 3. They haven't had much chances from there today, but if they can get that working, then they'll have a really good chance at this game.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving pie?
Pie?
Yeah.
You know, I'll have to go with apple.
Apple?
Yeah.
Would it be an apple crisp or just an apple pie?
What's the difference? I'm not
I think
a chef.
I think they're slightly different. Crisp has like more of a crumbly top.
Oh.
Apple pie is a bit more. It's like a smoother top. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm more of an apple crisp person myself.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be looking forward to eating that on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the pumpkin pie has never been my favorite. Although I will shout out the chocolate pecan pie.
Ooh.
That's very good.
Never tried that.
Yeah, my family makes that one. It's very good.
Well, that certainly got me hungry, but it should be a great second half here at Cousins Gymnasium as the Tufts University Jumbos 33, MIT Engineers 33. Tufts have their starting 5 back out there, as well as the Engineers with their starting 5. So I believe it will be the Jumbos to get us started. They'll be going right to left on your screen now in their all-white uniform. Left to right will be MIT in their all-black uniform. As Cohen mounts the Savage, back to Carson Cohen to get this second half underway. I'm looking to start quickly, and already an early foul there against Cho. And I think maybe that was a bit by design there. Tufts really happy about that call, and you can see why. It's his 4th.
Yep, the ref's getting a workout. The Engineers had, I believe, let me count, 14 fouls in the first half.
Wow.
And yeah, that's a big one from Cho. He's very upset with that one. That's his 4th. He's a big part of the Engineers' offense.
And I think that must have been, you know, by design, because the coaching staff, everyone started to clap immediately when that play happened. Cohen must have been told to attack Cho at the first chance he got. As here's Savage. Gets onto his left hand, trying to look for Rogers, and instead finds Aronson. Doesn't shoot for 3, goes for 2, and gets it to go. Tufts score first in the second half.
An interesting decision to pass up the 3, but Can't really say anything too bad about it. He gets the good shot for the 2, and they take the early lead in the second half.
Montez Massey is kicking here to Hinckley. Here's Miller. Miller spins to the right hand, and again that one off. Luke Rogers, strong defending from the junior, but then a poor pass from Carson Cohen.
Yeah, just right at Massey's there. Nearly hit him in the face.
And to Miller, looking for Pillsbury, who is fouled by Savage. It'll go down low.
That is his first, team first.
Oh, quick pass to Pillsbury. I believe it was Savage who just completely fell asleep defensively. And the game tied again. Cohen. Aronson for 3. It's good! Tres puntos. Good start to the half for Tyler Aronson. That's 5 points already in the opening 2 minutes. Hinckley pulling up for the jumper. That's good. Strong finish from him.
And already high scoring just in a minute and a half. Both teams scoring 4 and 5 points.
Morris wanting to set a screen. He does to Cohen. Cohen kicks it out. Aronson has got the hot hand.
And it gets stuck in the rim.
Aronson there. It was a good design play from Tufts, just not the right execution on the shot.
Yep.
So the Jumbos quickly talking between themselves. Miller looking for Pillsbury. Nice return. Strong finish. Oh, but he was well defended by Luke Rogers. Another
And that's the
stuff.
stuffing.
Big play from him.
Engineers wanted to foul there, don't get it.
Cohen pulling back for 3. He's always looking short. Tries to get the rebound. Jump ball. But it will be Engineers basketball. It should be. Unless not.
Yeah, I thought it would be because the Jumbos
Yeah.
started off with the half.
A little
but,
confused by that one. But it will be Jumbo's basketball. MIT, as you said before, wanted that foul. Didn't get it. Here's Aronson. Here's Savage. They find Rogers down low. It will stay down low as Rogers took a painful blow to his right ankle. Well, I think he'll be able to continue. It looks like that.
Yeah. And that was before the shot, so another inbound here from Cohen.
But you can see every time that they try to look for Rogers, they immediately send a second defender in MIT to try and disrupt any easy lane to the basket.
Yeah, that's just a great defense and good planning from the coaching staff. Rogers is just 2 points on the day. He's had some good chances, but good job shutting him down.
As they look to inbound, it's going to go all the way back. No backcourt violation, of course, on the inbound. So here's Savage, quickly to the left hand. Almost seemed to lose it, but a foul called. So those 2 points for Luke Rogers not given.
Foul's going number 33 of the Tufts. That's Eric Savage. His second, team second.
And that's his second one.
Yeah, good setup there. Good pressure from Savage and found Rogers for the lay-in, but the charge is called, so well done from the Engineers defense. Still a 1-point game here in the early goings.
Here's Williams. Morris defending. The 3 looking short. Another rebound for Rogers, and then a foul. Hinckley there just seemed to toss Aronson aside. I think an interesting thing that I've noticed defensively for Tufts, Brendan Morris guarding Williams. But then Aronson guarding Hinckley, it would almost seem to make more sense if they swapped in terms of height differential. But
yeah, I think that might be due to Williams being a big ball handler and just want Morris to be on him for a larger percentage of the time.
And they get it to Rogers, just able to hold on, kicks it. Morse has an open look. Well defended by Hinckley. Covered the ground well as it's played up towards Miller. He gets it, but it's out of bounds. Massey's there stepping on the line. As Oppenheim returning for the Jumbos. He didn't really play a lot in that first half because of 2 quick fouls. Carson Cohen bringing it up the court. Oppenheim returns it. Savage. Back to Cohen, kicks it to Morris. Morris, nice ball movement. Savage got his man to jump. Savage, oh, just couldn't get it to go. Oppenheim couldn't get the offensive rebound. And strong play by Miller.
Yeah, well done. He's falling out of bounds. Has the presence of mind to knock it off of Oppenheim's legs there to retain possession.
And after quick offensive bursts from both teams to start the half, they've both gone about the last minute and a half, 2 minutes or so without basket.
Yeah, something about regression to the mean. I don't know.
Shot from Hinckley. That one always looking short. Savage corrals the board. Kicks it ahead to Aronson. Nice finish in transition. He has all 6 points for the Jumbos so far this half. It's 40-37. I believe this might be one of Tufts' biggest leads of the game so far.
Yeah, I believe tied for it.
It's been such a close game. Williams. Hinckley almost lost it. And Miller tries to return it. Nice defense from Oppenheim. And here goes Cohen pushing. Nice move to the left hand. Great play from Carson Cohen. And they're up by 5. I believe that's the biggest lead for the Jumbos. Biggest lead for either side.
Yeah, that's just pushing the tempo there twice in a row. Points in transition for the Jumbos, and that's what they need.
Foul called, I believe, it'll be on Eric Savage. So that's 2 fouls for him already in this half. I think that'll put him up to 3. And he will come out of the game now. As Brady coming in, I believe as well, Casey McLaren. Brendan Morris also coming out. Chesaveroglu back in for the MIT Engineers. He's come on for Cho. Or, excuse me, for Hinckley. Montes Massey's. Miller. And another foul called.
More fouls. Everyone's favorite part of basketball.
As Luke Rogers coming back into the game. Oppenheim had a nice defensive play there.
Yep.
But he goes back out. Hello to Williams. Here's MIT's version of the Greek Freak, and here's Pillsbury. Called for a travel. Another offensive turnover.
Yep, that's number 9 for the Engineers.
And MIT feeling a little bit under pressure here as we've played 5 minutes so far. Tufts up 42-37. Daniel, what are Tufts doing so far that's got them out to this 5-point lead?
Well, really all their points so far this half have been in transition. They've been able to, when they get the tempo of the game up, that's where they're really comfortable. And they've done well so far this half to do it. You know, it was slow at the beginning, and now 5 minutes in, it's now 42-37. Combined, the teams are shooting just 37.5% from the field. So that explains the low-scoring game. Of course, both defensives have been very good so far.
Tufts sending out Aronson, Rogers, Brady, Cohen, and McLaren. As for the Engineers, Pillsbury out there, Williams, Chet Saveroglu, Montas Massey's, and Grant Miller. Cohen looking to toss one up to Rogers, is in the end able to keep it. Rogers, nice move, and he puts it in, and they've got a 7-point lead. Tufts getting that space.
That's what we need. That's what they need. They need Rogers to make a big difference on the offensive glass. And he's done well there. On defensive end,
And
gets the travel.
Gets the travel there. Miller, again, another turnover called because of a travel, as Aronson, who's had a strong start to the second half, coming off. Dylan Thorner coming on. Thorner, a big 6'6" point guard. You don't normally see that in NESCAC basketball. Well, in fact, he went to get the ball, but then played it right back to Cohen. Here's Carson Cohen. Just looking for Rogers, has to find Brady. McLaren, again, they continue to look for him. McLaren, corner, and he just can't get her to go. Good rebound by Pillsbury. Williams pushing it forward. Chet Saveroglu. Williams. They'll have to try something new. They haven't scored in a good number of minutes. 5 on the shot clock. Doesn't look as if they'll get a good look here. Hinckley's going to have to put one up. Good defending. Can't get her to go, but Tufts don't get the rebound. MIT get out of jail there, and we'll get a second attempt.
Great play from Pillsbury, fighting for that rebound.
Yeah, that's going to be a moving screen by Williams. That ball didn't look as if it was going to get to its intended man, so Williams stepped across. Good decision by the officials.
Oppenheim will be back in for Rogers as Cohen brings it up the floor.
Here's Cohen. Given away there by McLaren. Sloppy pass. Williams bringing up the court. To Hinckley, who will try one, and one! And he's looking at a 4-point play here. That's a big basket from Hinckley.
That's the second three of the day for Hinckley, and that chance to get a 4-point play. That'll put him into double digits.
Hinckley, of course, has been such a key part to this offense, averaging 25 points a game. He's averaging a double-double a game. And he makes the free throw. And a timeout called by MIT. But that was a big play for the Engineers to get them back in striking distance of the Jumbos.
Yeah, and neither team can pull it away. I mean, 7 points is the biggest lead, but 7 points is barely, 3 possessions, which can fade very quickly, and especially after the 4-point play. It's just a 3-point game. As you mentioned, Hinckley has averaged a double-double in his couple games this season. He already has 12 points and 7 rebounds, so he's looking good to have another one tonight. On the Tufts side, Eric Savage has 15 points and 8 rebounds. A good chance for him to hit the double-double mark.
The 5 out there for the Jumbos right now. Oppenheim, Cohen, Brady, Thorner, and Morris. So here's Carson Cohen getting some good minutes under his belt. Brady, Morris wanted it, didn't get it. Oppenheim, Thorner. Here's Brady, gets away from 2, 3, 4. Can't get her to go. Oppenheim had hands on it, couldn't keep it. Thorner for 3. Never looked good. Nice rebound by Morris. But then called for the push-off. He's not too happy about that. Williams doing well to draw the foul.
Yeah, good defense again from Williams. Draws another charge.
That's the third on Brendan Morris. Hasn't been as productive on the offensive side of things as he usually is.
Yeah, he's just 2 for 6 on the day and 1 for 4 from 3. But yeah, he's especially past couple games, he's really been money from 3.
As they're making a substitution here, Pillsbury coming off, and it will be the first introduction for Muna Nuana from White Plains, New York.
Yeah, he's getting some action. He hasn't had too many appearances so far this season, just 3 points in just a few minutes, but he's in here now with a very close game.
Here his first touches. It's to Williams. Jetsavaroglu. Nice skill behind the back. Good pass as well from Matas Massis, and then a good finish from Christian Williams.
Yeah, great all-around play, good passing, especially the final pass to Williams down low, and a good finish from Williams.
And just like that, it was a 7-point game. Now it's just a 1-point game. So Storner trying to find the pass. It wasn't a good one. Tufts have suddenly gotten cold, and it's the Engineers with the momentum. Williams to Hinckley, gets away from Morris. Back again. Nuana. It's here with Jetsavaroglu, pulls up for the jumper. No good. Rebounded by Carson Cohen. Cohen. Good screen. Looking to finish. Can't get her to go, but he will be going to the free throw line.
Yeah, the Jumbo is just continuing to pressure in the paint. Lots of drives in, and the Engineers have done well on the defensive end to keep it, get a lot of blocks, good defense there, but they have been giving up a few fouls as Cohen goes to the line. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line so far today.
Make that 2 for 3. Just adding on to that Tufts lead as Eric Savage back into the game for Dylan Thorner.
Yeah, and it looks like Aronson will be coming in for Cohen after the second shot.
Pillsbury now coming in for Giannis Jetsavaroglu. Second attempt is good. As you said, he'll be coming off. Aronson coming in. So it's been a good start to the half for Cohen as well. As Aronson, who had a hot start, scoring Tufts for 6 points of the half, back in and guarding Massis. As here's Williams. And a foul called on Eric Savage, who just come back into the game, and that will be his 4th foul.
Yep, that's really not what you want to see from Coach Sheldon. Comes into the game, and the first possession in, and that puts them in the bonus.
Yeah, and to be in the bonus at such an early part in this half as well, that's an advantage for the Engineers. Something that they didn't really take advantage of in the last half in terms of their free throws, so they'll hopefully improve from the charity stripe. They'll need to.
Yep, they've been 5 for 12 from the free throw line so far. But Hinckley is at the line now. He's 2 for 3 so far today. Gets the bounce there.
They need all the luck they can get from the free throw line at the moment, the Engineers. Hinckley, who is the leading scorer for MIT, I believe 13 points.
Yep.
Make that 14, and it's a 1-point game at 46-45.
And the question now for the Jumbos on offense is what can they do with Eric Savage in foul trouble? He's out of the game. He's their leading scorer. And more fouls, because why not?
Another foul. And it's been a bit of a scrappy one. Tempers haven't flared yet, and I don't think they will. It's been a hard-fought game, but both sides playing with good respect for the other team. Here's Aronson. He wants the one-on-one. He'll take the one-on-one. Oh, and he nearly got the and one. He will go to the free throw line.
Good drive there. draws the foul on, I believe it was Hinckley.
Fouls called on MIT's number 5,
Oh,
Team Hinckley.
yep.
His fourth, team 7.
Yeah, so that's another player with 4 fouls. That's 3 players with 4 fouls from on the Engineers side, as Tufts will also be in the bonus. Free throws here on out for both teams.
So Aronson makes the first free throw. That puts him at 12 points in the game. Make that 13. 8 of them coming here in this second half. So he has been the man for the Jumbos. Williams calling the shots here on this possession. Massey's. Hinckley. Juana. With the right hand, another block for Mr. Supping, Luke Rogers. Claren didn't want the 3, instead looks for the 2. Can't get her to go. Rogers puts it back up and can't put it in.
Ooh.
Another easy finish for Luke Rogers that he couldn't take.
Great play from him on both ends. He gets a block, and it's down will go over the basket, but couldn't quite finish it on the other end. Sitting at 4 points on the day. But the Jumbos are still clinging to a 3-point lead now halfway through the second half, just 10 minutes to go.
Aronson bringing it up. Here's to Morris. He'll try a 3. He was fouled in the process, and he'll get 3 attempts at the line.
Yeah, Nwan knew he made a mistake there. Took just a half a step too close, and Morris landed on him. Gets the foul call. He head to the line for 3.
Brennan Moore's in line for Tufts.
Makes the first one.
Yeah, Morris with that one is 13 for 13 on the season. Very impressive. Last year as well, he shot very well from the line.
I think it's typical for a 3-shooter to be good at the free throw line as he makes that one again. It just seems like second nature. Just go up to the line, do your thing, and get it to go. That's 2 straight free throws from him.
Yep.
Extending Tufts' lead back up to where it was a couple minutes ago.
Yep, last season, Morris was 86% from the free throw line to
Wow.
58 for 67, and that's the 5th best season free throw percentage in Jumbo's history. So
Wow.
very impressive. Still perfect so far this season.
And he made all 3. The lead up to 6. That's good defensive play from Aronson. It came back to Williams. Hillsbury, Hinckley. 12 on the shot clock. Returns it to Hinckley. Williams. Nice spin. Couldn't get the finish. Good rebound from McLaren. And a foul called on Chatsaveroglu.
Yeah, and that's again, Luke Rogers got a hand on that one. Enough to keep it out of the basket. And we're going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, back to the free throw line in terms of the bonus. An interesting one because it seemed as if there was a foul called. Remember in the last half, there was a foul called and they didn't go to the free throw line even though they were in the bonus. And it was on the defensive side for Tufts. But then on that one, a little confusing. I'm not sure. But they are going to the free throw line here, the 1-and-1, and it's made. So the lead back to 7 for the Jumbos. Matt, Casey, McLaren.
Yeah, McLaren is those are his first free throws tonight. He's 2 for 2. He's now 4 for 4 on the season, so well done from him.
Gives Tufts their biggest lead of the evening, biggest lead of either side. They're up by 8 halfway through this second half. As we have a new player on for MIT, Aaron Fuchs. Chatsaveroglu. And he wasn't able to go. Rogers, in the end, was able to corral the board. As here they go. McLaren, just couldn't get the finish. Was looking for the first double-digit point lead of the game, but couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, he'll want that one back. Good drive. Gets on top of Hinckley, but can't quite put it in. Massey's now bringing it down the court.
Here he is.
Spin move around Aronson.
Hinckley kicking it to Fuchs.
He trapped in the corner.
Nice defense from Tufts. McLaren pushing forward. Should be called a kick ball. Wasn't. And
Wide
it should
open.
be easy let. No! Missed. They needed to make that there, MIT, but they didn't, as here's Brady. Looking for Rogers. Again, a bit of a chaotic couple plays. The mat falling down there over on the far side, but it will remain Jumbo's basketball.
Yep, great play from Cohen. Gets the steal on one end, and sorry, I believe that was McLaren. It's Cohen inbounding now to Rogers.
Here's Cohen. Brady. Aronson. Looking to finish. Good block by Hinckley.
Great defense there. But just a bit of miscommunication between him and Fuchs. That's another turnover.
Fuchs there, maybe just not up to speed yet with the game. As again, those turnovers hurting the Engineers as Cohen is back in the game. Tufts with their biggest lead of the evening, looking to extend that. Aronson, nearly gave it away. Looks back for Rogers. Rogers gets it to go. He finishes that one, and it's the first double-digit lead of the evening, 55-45.
Yeah, and here's Cho. He's back in the game despite the 4 fouls. He was the leading scorer in the first half, but with foul trouble had to come out. They'll want to get him working again on the offensive end.
Tsaveroglu gets that one to go. Got Rogers in a position that he wanted him in, and he makes it, 55-47. Cohen, Aronson, Morris. Nice skill. Morris putting one up and gets it to go. Tres puntos from Brennan Morris. It was a difficult shot, but he made it.
Yep, he's now 2 for 5 from 3. He had a bit of a tough going shooting earlier, but good job from him now. As Brady knocks it out of bounds, it'll retain the Engineers' ball.
Tufts up by 11 here with 7:12 to play. Amanda Pillsbury, and nice steal from Aronson, who finishes with the dunk. It's been his show in the second half for Tyler Aronson, and it's 60-47.
The exclamation point on both ends of the floor gives him 15 points on the day.
There's a foul called
on Brady, it looks like.
Not sure what the call was. We'll hear in a bit. Brady went over to talk to his coach for a quick sec. Not entirely sure what just happened there, but what a strong play that was from Tyler Aronson.
Yeah, and that really brings the crowd back into it. The whole bench is on their feet. That's the Jumbos need. Certainly got the momentum in their favor now. Still no announcement on the foul.
Yeah. So it's 2 fouls in one play. So I believe they're both registered, but they both seem to cancel out. So it will be MIT basketball. Cho with it. Also a new player in for MIT, and Kostelansky, who puts it in. So quick early possession for Kostelansky, and he makes it. He started last game, but it's the first time he's entered in this game, so a bit surprising.
Yeah, and a great pass there from Cho. They set that one up.
Brady extending the range. Can't get her to go. Good rebound. That shot Tsaveroglu. Cho wants it, and he has it. 11-point game. They need to start the comeback now.
Yeah, Cho is really the guy you want for this comeback.
Open 3. Oh.
Well short.
Well short. Kicked ahead to Brady. Should finish, and does. Really good transition play from the Jumbos. And it all started from a wide open look for MIT that they completely missed.
Yeah, Brady now has 6 points. Good pass. He's in the right place at the right time. No one can catch up. And good defense there from Carson Cohen with the steal.
And Cohen pushing. Cohen falls to Morris. It'll be a long 2. Can't get her to go. And a foul called on Luke Rogers. I believe that should be his...
It's his 3rd on the day.
3rd on the day. And he'll be coming off. Oppenheim back into the game. as well as Thorner Aronson coming off, who has been superb in this second half.
Yep, so that was the 9th team foul of the half, so it'll be a 1-on-1 here for Chatzaveroglu. But after this, it will be 2 shots for each subsequent Jumbo's foul.
Chatzaveroglu, who airballed that 3 attempt, makes this free throw. Puts them within 12.
It's his first free throw attempt of the day and just his second of the season.
And there's the second one made by the man from Greece, who actually comes off after that. Williams back into the game. 62-51 with 5:53 left in the second half, as Carson Cohen bringing it up for the Jumbos.
Yeah, the game's still a lot of time left, 6 minutes. Need defensive stops, and there's one from Williams. Pushes it up.
No foul called, but tipped back in by Pillsbury. And the lead cut to single digits. It was a really bad play from Carson Cohen there. Sloppy bringing up the court. It's at the Thorner. Brady. Cohen to his left hand. And the foul called against Williams, so he will be going to the line, Carson Cohen, I believe, for the 3rd time of the evening. As Miller coming back into the game for the Engineers. We'll have to wait a second.
Yeah, so that is Williams' 5th personal foul, so he'll be out of the game. And coming in will be now 22 Grant Miller back in. Williams not too happy with that one.
This be the other number 13, Carson Cohen, from the line. And he makes that one. I believe that makes him 4 for 5 on the evening from free throws.
Yep, that gives him 8 points.
It's been a solid showing from the sophomore. Can't get that one to go. But the lead back up to double digits at 63-53. Quickly kick to Pillsbury. Nice skill from him. He puts it up. Nice block by Thorner. And it will stay with the Engineers, but good defense and good hustle from the Jumbos.
Yeah, good hustle both from Thorner to get the tip, and then from Cohen to try to save it. Co will be inbounding.
It's Eric Savage back in for the Jumbos. Will Brady coming off to an ovation from the home support.
Yep, Savage with 4 fouls, so he'll need to be careful, but they want him back in, heading towards the end of. And there's a foul, I believe, on Morris. Grabbed the jersey there of Pillsbury.
I believe it was before the shot, but it won't matter because they're in the double bonus, and that is his 4th foul. So he will have to be careful for the remaining 5 minutes. That one made. Pillsbury. Game not over just yet. As he makes the second one, MIT have certainly improved from the free throw line, and a timeout called by the Engineers.
Yeah, that puts Pillsbury up to 13 points, and you're right, they are now, I think they've been perfect from the free throw line since we mentioned it last. So they're now 11 of 18.
And just think if they'd made even a couple more of those missed ones, it would be a closer game.
That's right.
You know, can't change what happened in the past. It's 63-55, 5 minutes to play. Daniel, who are the players who will have to be a little bit careful in terms of foul trouble?
Yeah, well, we already saw that Williams, with his 5th foul, fouled out. So, but there are a number of players still with 4, including Eric Savage, the leader of the Tufts team, and Brennan Morris, as well as Alex Cho and Ian Hinckley, the 2 leading scorers for the Engineers squad.
So the 5 going back out for the Jumbos. Morris, Savage, Thorner, Cohen and Rogers, so 4 of the 5 starters. As Cohen to bringing up the court. Under pressure by Fuchs. Corner. There's an open man in the corner if they can find him. That is Carson Cohen for 3. Tres puntos. And the lead back to 11.
Cohen with his first 3 on the day. That puts him in double digits. The 4th Jumbo's player in double digits so far tonight.
Cho looking to respond with a 3 of his own. Can't get it to go. Thorner, strong rebound from the number 0. Pushing with the left hand. Kicks it. Savage elected not to shoot. Instead had it stripped from his hand, but it will be Jumbo's basketball. Going to inbound. Looking, finding Savage. Couldn't get a quick shot off. Morris, they seem to get in each other's way. Thorner. Cohen in that same corner, goes for 2 this time. Can't get her to go. Rogers, nice tip. Who'll get there first? Morris corrals it. He's got an open man for 3, instead goes alone, but he's called for a charge. And that is his 5th foul. And Brennan Morris has, I believe, fouled out of the game with 4 minutes to play.
Yeah, Aronson will be coming in. He's not happy with that one. He doesn't like the call. It was a good drive from him, but the charge is called. He did have Cohen open in the corner. You thought maybe he'd pass it out, but doesn't go his way.
Yeah, chose not to, and I believe that's on the second occasion where he's had a foul like that, showing just a bit too much strength. That's a good finish from Pillsbury. He's had a good second half with a couple points. 66-57, Savage. Aronson wants it in the corner for 3. No, can't get it to go, in and out. That's Cho to bring it forward.
Yeah, Pillsbury with that rebound has 12 rebounds on the day, is now the leading scorer with 15 points.
Wow.
And another foul puts Miller at the line.
I believe it was on Luke Rogers. That will put him at 4 fouls. So Tufts have just lost one of their best players in Brendan Morris, have Savage on 4, have Rogers on 4. Those are their 3 top scorers this season, as it's made by Miller.
His first free throw of the night.
Yeah.
Good for him. He's 1 for 4, and they need all the points. Now it's an 8-point game, and as you mentioned, with the foul trouble, they still have a good chance. Good job from Miller. Hits both of his free throws there.
And a timeout called again, just to talk over strategy and maybe telling their players to really attack Savage and Rogers, as it's 66-59 with 3:37 left here in the second half.
Yeah, so after a low-scoring first half, we've increased the scoring just a bit, but still it's been a defensive battle, as shown by, well, the low score, but also just the number of fouls. But you know, the refs have been busy. There have been 45 fouls total. 21 at least for each team. So, and both teams in the double bonus here. As if we hold on to this close game, you can imagine lots more fouls, free throw lines, shots as MIT trying to look to get back into it.
That finishes the timeout. The 5 coming out for the Jumbos: Cohen, Rogers, Savage, Aronson, and Thorner. For MIT, Kostelansky back into the game, along with Miller, Pillsbury, Fuchs, and Cho. Cho, of course, also has to be careful of foul trouble. He is on 4. Already had 2 players in this game foul out, those being Williams and Morris. Rogers wanting it down low. Won't get it. Instead it'll go to Thorner. Savage. Long pass to Cohen. Savage, the right hand. Finds Rogers. Rogers. Nice post move. Can't get her to go, but Aronson. What a second half he's had. And it's 68-59.
Great follow-up there, and another timeout called.
No, I believe,
no,
believe it's an offensive foul.
Oh, it's just an offensive foul. Because there haven't been enough fouls so far in this game.
And it was called on Kostolansky. So this one won't send the player to the free throw line as Cohen to bring it forward. 3 minutes to go. Tufts in a very good spot. Cohen attacking. Oh! And I believe that'll be Cho's 5th foul, and he has fouled out of the game. So another strong play from Carson Cohen. He got Cho's 4th foul very early on in this half and has now fouled him out here in the second.
Yep, and coming in now for him will be Nwana as Cohen heads back to the line. He's 4 for 6 from the line so far today.
That one making it. I believe Cohen and Aronson, I think, have both had very strong second halves. The two guards have really led this Jumbo side as Savage, Morris, Rogers, who are normally the big names for the Jumbos, have taken a bit more of a back seat. As that one's short from Cohen. 10-point lead for the Jumbos. It's Pillsbury. He's been the leader for the Engineers this second half. Comes across to Fuchs. Almost a nice pass. Intercepted, though, by Cohen. Kicks it ahead to Aronson. Gets it to the right hand. Lovely move. 12-point lead. And could that be the dagger blow for the Engineers? Pillsbury fouled as he went up. It was Rogers with the foul. Maybe Aronson. I think maybe Aronson.
Go to Aronson. Just his first foul on the day, so that's part of how he's been so effective. One of the few players that hasn't been in foul trouble. He's gotten the ball a lot and has been able to attack.
I think probably did the smart thing as well to try and just claim that foul so it wouldn't pass on to Rogers.
Dan Pillsbury at the line for MIT. Foul was called number 1, Tyler Aronson. That is his first personal.
So it'll be Pillsbury at the line with 2:22 to go in this game. 71-59 in favor of the home team, Jumbos.
And another missed free throw there. And, you know, with just 2.5 or so minutes to play, need some real quick points from the Engineers. Starting with the second free throw would be nice.
And they make it, so it's 71-60. As Aronson came out of the game, Savage in for the Jumbos. I think just maybe had a slight knock on that last play, but seems to be doing fine. So here's Brady. Keeps it. Cohen. Strong drive, kicks it. Brady. Little floater, can't get it to go. And it'll stay with the Jumbos as we're into the final 2 minutes.
Yep, and holding the ball here, essentially an offensive rebound. They'll get 20 seconds back on the shot clock.
And to Savage. Savage, strong drive. And one. Eric Savage has had a bit of a quiet second half, but that was a strong play from the senior captain. That's Tufts up by 13 now.
Miller, his third personal. Eric Savage at the line for Tufts.
That one not able to go. It'll be MIT basketball. Pillsbury has had a lot more of the ball in this second half because of his impressive offensive stats, but that one poorly given away. Savage breaking away from 2 defenders and fouled at the end. It was just, ooh.
Goes down hard.
Yeah, it was a hard foul. Seemed to run into the padding there, but he seems to be okay. And he'll get another more attempts at the line.
22 of MIT, that's Graham Miller, his 4th personal. Eric Savage.
Yep, and minute 40 left. It's now 13 points and a chance for 15 here. Savage can put in a couple free throws. Don't really think Engineers have much of a chance anymore. Well, especially, you know, with the 30-second shot clock. Need a lot of fouls, as that one takes a few bounces before deciding not to fall. But throughout the second half, there's been a great effort on the Jumbo side, especially Aronson, who's out of the game now, but great plays from him. 10 points in the second half.
Unlike Savage there to miss 2 straight free throws. Here's Fuchs. Miller, Benwana, Pillsbury, Zelensky. Bassett passes. Fuchs. Benwana. 3 on the shot clock, just throws one up, and a bit of a circus shot, but gets it to go. 73-62. Cohen, he's given room to drive, and in the end was closed down well. MIT pushing it forward well. Nuana looking for more points, can't get it to go, tip back, and he couldn't make it, so the easier shot he missed. Here's Sorner.
Yeah, I mean, they'll just hold it up for the rest of the shot clock with 45 seconds left. 11-point game. Savage drives, gives it up to Pillsbury.
Yeah, a bit of a sloppy play, but not much time left to change matters as it's tossed down low and a foul called as it will send Tim Koselansky, the first year from Walnut Creek, California, to the line with 30 seconds to play.
Foul is called on number 0, Tufts Dylan Thorner, his second personal.
Kostelansky 3 for 7, now 3 for 8 on the season. And we just keep bringing up the missed free throws now. That's 9 missed free throws across the game, and with a 10-point game,
yeah,
you know, you gotta keep thinking about it. What could have been. Now it looks like about a half-second differential between the game and shot clock. Oh no, the shot clock should be off, I think.
Maybe it's just a tiny bit, but it just looks as if Tufts will run things out and MIT will let them do that.
Yep, Cohen will dribble it out. And
he puts up a shot. And there you go. There you have it. Tufts secure the win, 73-63 in this red line derby. Well, hang on a minute. Hang on a second.
I think they're saying there could be, you know, shot clock violation, in which case there's half a second left. But I
think
the
players back on the court. The game's not over yet.
0.2 seconds. All right, 10-point play.
Can they get it
right
here? 10-point play in 5, 4, 3. Can they do it? No, they can't. And Tufts get the win, 73-63 here in the red line derby. That improves Tufts to 5-0, a strong start to their November. 5 wins from 5 in November as they go into their December. Next game, December 3rd at WPI. Their next home game, Saturday the 7th against Brandeis. As for the Engineers, they move to 3-3. They still have another game in the month of November at Keene State, Saturday, November 30th. Daniel, after a really close first half, Tufts really showed some strong offense in that second half, pulling away for that 73-63 win.
Yeah, I think it just speaks to like the depth of the Jumbo's offense. You know, it wasn't just Savage who had a great first half and Luke Rogers who's been great all season, but players like Aronson and Cohen put up really good second halves. Now, this is the last game for JumboCast of the semester. I'd like to thank all of you for watching tonight and for all the games we've had this semester. We've had some great volleyball, soccer games, including NCAA games. So our first game back in January will likely be Tuesday the 14th when Tufts men's basketball takes on Suffolk, and then heading into the NESCAC portion of the season when both men's and women's basketball will be playing their conference games, leading up, of course, to the NESCAC tournament. I'd also like to shout out all the JumboCast members, including our director here today, Sam Klugers, and our fearless general manager, Owen Finnegan, who has been the general manager for the past 2 semesters and is a senior this year. I'd like to thank him and all the JumboCast members, and thank you for supporting our streams.
Well, that has it here at Cousins Gymnasium. I'm Lucas Powell, joined by Daniel Mahoney here. Thanks for tuning in to JumboCast. The score finishes here, Tufts 73, MIT 63.
Have a good Thanksgiving.